This week's episode of SIPS is brought to you by Chummy Charter. Contact Chummy Charters for the adventure of a lifetime with Captain Steve. Welcome back to the show, my friends. Today, we host a couple that wears many hats and is very well known all around the state. Please welcome Cort and Karen Conn.
Welcome to another episode of SIPS, where we have great drinks and even better conversation. Like, what do we have? What do we have got conversation? Tonight we have Cort and Karen Conn from the Conn Hospitality Group. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
So I looked up the Conn Hospitality Group today.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you guys want to tell us like everything that falls under that umbrella?
Should we get a beer first?
Yes. Yeah, let's start with
4 or 5.
It might take a while. All right. We'll do
One
the
of
beer
us
first.
will talk, and then the rest of you just start drinking.
Start with the 14.
14,
14.
which is Founders Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Cheers.
Sláinte.
Cheers.
Gross.
Whoa.
Oh, spill
Yes,
it.
I gotta
roast.
fill one.
So Conn's Hospitality Group, what is it? Con started back in 1947.
48.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1948. I know it was a really long time ago.
I'm older than Cons.
So Cort's mom and dad started in 1948. His dad started in downtown Springfield, and he was actually cooking in his home kitchen and then taking the food on a bus to a storefront in downtown Springfield. And it was Roy Conn's Cafe.
Well, he started on 5th Street. It used to be called the Annex, and there was a bar on one side, and he had a lunch counter on the other side. And didn't even have a car, so he made soup at home and brought it on the public bus and took it down to his restaurant
No
and
kidding.
sold it. Yeah. And at one time, my dad had 4 restaurants in downtown Springfield simultaneously, all open at the same time. And
24 hours a day.
within 3 or 4 blocks of each other. 315 East Monroe, 215 South 6, 509 East Monroe, and 409 Washington Street. That's when the Senate Theater, the Leland Hotel, everything was thriving downtown.
It was bustling.
Sure.
It was
Right.
bustling. Yeah.
Was it the same restaurant with 4 different locations, or were
It
each one a
was,
little different?
yeah, it was. Same menu, actually. But that's when Steak and Shake was downtown. I mean, Thrifty's was on the corner of Monroe and 5th and Monroe and 6th,
Yeah.
serving the exact same thing 1 block apart.
Yeah, Kmart had the lunch.
Oh, I
counter
didn't
down
know
there.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Thrifty being down there, but I didn't realize there was 2.
Yeah, there was 2 at one time. They had lunch counters.
Let's try our second
Okay.
beer here,
Oh, okay.
real quick.
Mexican lager.
This is the Limerick Yokero Mexican lager, which is Bussie's favorite
Absolute
by far.
favorite.
I think we
My
have
stomping grounds.
to brew this more often when Bussie's around because this is about all that he drinks.
This is my second go-to. I just want you to know.
It's
a good-
This is
I'd
great.
say it's a good one.
Warm, especially warmer than it is out. I think this beer is more refreshing.
So tell us about, because you haven't even touched on this part yet because there's so many facets. Tell us about Elkhart Hill and Elkhart Station.
Well, we bought the biggest money pit in Logan County, and it happens to sit on Elkhart Hill.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bar, not the
Oh
farm.
no, the house.
Oh, the house.
The house. Yeah.
Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
It's the house is 10,000 square feet, 22 rooms, 7 bedrooms.
Seven
bed-
outbuildings, 7 outbuildings,
Yeah,
plus a water tower.
yeah.
It's got its own water tower.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but they took the water out. But
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's cool, but it still needs maintenance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's
It was a pretty cool water tower, and it's been there 100 and some years. It had a cypress line tank. We have the blueprints for that water tower.
the architect by chance, just as a side note, was from Lincoln
Oh, really?
for the entire property. They were from Lincoln.
Not a single crack in it. They had there's a aquifer at the bottom of the hill towards the back of the property, and with a series of windmills and cisterns,
They pumped it
the
up.
water
Stair step it up.
into the water tower, give them enough pressure to give them running water in the house.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you're living there.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And we live there.
Yes.
So we bought this in 2018. We were living in Springfield and Washington Park, had a great house. We had just finished everything, which was the first mistake.
Time to move.
I know
Hey,
that's my weakness. It's like if I don't have anything to do,
So
it's
I
time
bought
to
her a
move.
house that she could never finish. So we never have to move again.
So you challenged her.
My dad passed away in 18, so we were like merging family or households together, and he always liked to be on the farm. So I was like, hey, Cort, let's find a weekend farm that we could go to, something just small that we can get out of town. Yep, thank you, Jan. As I look back at this, like,
something
what
small.
the hell was I thinking? So we ended up buying this, but man, I'm going to tell you, this one's got me maxed out.
really?
It does.
You need
because
a
You need an
farm.
army.
Yeah, you need a farm crew. Yeah.
You need it. I spend the weekends I come
Mowing.
up here and look like shit. It's
Yeah,
because I've been
last time
working all
you
weekend.
had your bib overalls on and
Yeah.
your hat. And
I was like, I'm
Give me
so
a beer,
done.
help me out front.
I'm so done. I'm going to Lincoln to Spirit. I need a beer, and I need it now.
Do you have a lot of acreage that you have to like mow?
Oh my God! Don't even mention that.
We
word.
have
hate
we
that
have
word.
40 acres.
Okay.
And it actually starts at the mailbox down, as you go down Main Street, which is Governor Oglesby.
Right.
It ends in our driveway.
Okay.
okay.
And so it starts there with a wide lane, and then we just recently bought 11 acres on the left there between us and the subdivision. And we dreamed of someday putting a winery or something there, but the main thing is I didn't need another subdivision there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we really
Okay.
didn't want it, but what choice did you have?
Right.
Because somebody would have bought it and built houses.
Right.
in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure as
Oh, yeah.
hell. So, and then it goes all the way up the hill and down the other side and way to the back. I mean, it would take you to walk it a good 20,
Oh, it does. It takes. If I walk the whole thing, it takes me about 20 minutes.
yeah.
It takes me about 20 minutes. But to answer your question, the short form answer is you stop mowing, it's time to start. It literally, as soon as you get off the mower, you wait a day and it's time to get back on.
Right.
And it's just constant mowing. I hate that word. I'm thinking about sheep.
Goats. Sheep and goats,
Sheep.
yeah.
No, goats are like escape artists, just
Okay.
like pigs. But sheep are the way to go.
Yeah, they probably eat the vines and all, though.
Oh, yeah.
And Troy likes to mow. You don't have anything going on. Get up there to Elkhart.
Why
Oh
not?
heck, we got like 3 riding lawnmowers.
Oh, yeah.
It'll
You
be
can take
great.
your pick.
It'll be great
Come on, Jan.
in your spare time, right?
We compete on yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? A kegerator, you just come fill your glass and
Oh man.
those lines, but you can tell because the lines don't quite go straight.
It's
Who's gonna
really
see it,
hard
right?
to drink a beer around a zero turn.
Yeah. No, I have one of those. It's not that hard.
You need a lanyard.
You gotta learn to do that. You
Or
gotta learn
the
to do
hand with the
that.
things.
Oh, yeah, those. You got to do the 6-point turn, or you burn out. You'll burn out in your grass.
You know what? You sound like a professional. I think you need to come show us.
Exactly. Prove it to him. Prove him that he's
Prove it
wrong.
to me.
Oh man.
Those first 50 times, I didn't quite get it. Do it.
Yeah. One more
Yeah,
time.
one more time.
Yeah,
one more.
Chummy Charters is a proud sponsor of SIPS and is where an adventure on the water awaits for you and your friends.
We started this business over a pitcher of pina coladas. That was almost 12 years ago, and it's been going strong ever since. Can't thank all our customers for the great support we've had over the years. A lot of fine people right from your hometown.
Chummy Charters, where we catch anything that bites.
Let's move on to the next
Oh.
one in our flight here.
Number 27.
We can always come back and
I was
revisit.
gonna say, you guys are.
This is your Oktoberfest.
This
Oh,
is
our
our
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
I like
yes.
your Oktoberfest.
Thank you. This year it came in at a more respectable number. Last year, it's a 7.2 this year. Last year was a 7.9. And it was just a little heavy for
A little water
enjoying.
helped that.
But
You
it's,
just have
it's
to
good.
drink it slower.
That's true.
good. I
That's
like
true.
that.
So
It's a
yeah,
good.
it's our Harvest Pro
Is that
Stocktoberfest.
possible?
Yeah, he's got one speed, whether it's whiskey, beer, or
Yeah,
whatever.
look, his is empty.
Hey.
Almost
That's my
expiration.
problem too, Troy. And I like wine as well, but I want to drink wine like I drink beer. And that just doesn't work.
Well, see, I'd like
does
to.
that
I
with
do
whiskey.
do that with whiskey. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know how to sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get up out of that chair, it feels like somebody just slapped you around.
No, I'm a professional.
You're well seasoned?
Yo, very much so.
Or pickle.
Yeah, that.
A little bit of both.
You know
That's
how he
what's
can
scary.
tell when he's there, right?
Uh-oh.
He gets louder,
Huh?
and
Yeah, you
then
start talking
and then you
louder.
start repeating yourself.
Oh.
Do I?
Oh, honey.
Do I?
All right,
You know you do.
So this is the gauge. When you start to raise your voice, it gets a little more octave.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you talk louder and you repeat yourself. You tell us
Because
the
you don't remember what he said
You know what?
Same
earlier.
story.
Hey,
Probably.
Troy, we've all been there. It's
Yeah.
all right.
That's all right.
We've all been
The
there.
problem is I'm there a lot.
And you guys will have to cut this out.
Uh-oh. What?
It was the beer.
Okay, so tell us about Elkhart Station because you bought this big property on the hill and it took a lot of work. And then we said, hey, let's
Blue
open
Moon
up,
down there's for sale.
Let's open up another
Terry
place.
Hander wanted out.
Yeah.
She is ready to retire and she wanted to sell it. And it seemed to us to be the ideal property. As you pull into Elkhart, what do you see?
You're right there.
'Cause that's why we put that big mural on the side of the building. And what did we spend? Like 2 years trying to fix the. I mean, it was. It
Well,
needed some major work.
Yeah, we did a lot of the work ourselves. So, you're trying to do it in your off time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it took 2 years. You know all about that, right?
It's hard when you're handy in a way.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
you save a
is.
lot of money,
But it goes slow.
but it takes longer.
Yeah.
But you know what? Then I'm glad you said that because there's times it's like, just hire it done, Karen. It's like, no, goddamn it, I feel guilty by doing that because I can do that.
Well, I did wait for 21 years.
Oh, for a
get-
shower? Oh, for the shower?
Our downstairs shower.
We're not talking about that.
Our downstairs shower. To get tile.
Sorry.
He didn't run electricity. The plumbing was there. The sheetrock was up. Everything except the tile.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Finally, I said, I'm hiring it. And it was done in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So it's like,
All
we
he had
could've-
to do was
I
put the
know.
tile up.
So we were a family of 5 with 1 full bathroom.
Oh my lord.
It's weird. It never was a
Just
problem.
21 years? Is that all?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, let's
He
go.
She just kept harping on him and harping. He'd eventually get it
What's
done.
the old meme? If you ask a man to do something, don't keep asking him every 6 months. He'll get around to it.
You know what? If you ask a man to do something and he doesn't do it, my dad taught me just do it yourself.
There you go.
Well, I could have done that. But I was, I was
Don't look at her like
hoping
that. She could do it.
I was hoping him to get a little,
she could
ownership.
tell us to do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we decided to buy it from Terry because it was what we thought was a premier location. And then we tried to decide what to do with it. And we have done,
We've always talked about it in Illinois.
Illinois products. So we have a lot
love
of
that.
Illinois wines, a lot of Illinois different products. We're now open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 8, except on Sunday, I think we close at 6. Trying to play off that Route 66.
Sure.
And it does pretty well. I mean, it's like any business, it has its ups and its downs, but Elkhart's 400 people, so
450.
okay.
Let's not discount those
Okay.
50 people.
Now Terry Hanner,
Yeah.
she was in Jan and I's class in high school.
Really?
Terry's a good gal.
Yeah.
She really is, and she has been very patient. And she's also taught me a lot about Elkhart.
Yeah. No,
Well,
she's-
the great thing, it's just not a little store. You can go in and you have, beers on tap, you have
Yep.
your wines available. You know, you can go in and shop, but then also sit down and enjoy yourself. You know, that's what's cool about it.
Well, you know, there's a secret behind that because the more you drink, the more you'll buy.
Are we going to number 4 here?
No,
Hey,
yeah.
if
So
we,
this is somebody's favorite.
Cole, we
I
should
might add.
probably circle back and talk about SOB and all the good things it's did
Thank you.
in the
Yes.
in the Springfield area.
This is Karen's favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Raspberry.
this is the Limerick Brailer Raspberry.
Yep.
Karen's had one before, or two.
Have you
But
tried
this is
it?
her favorite.
Have you had this
Bless
before?
her.
Did you add a couple zeros behind it?
We always know when Karen comes in, this is what she's gonna get.
Do you see my eyes light up when I walk in and it's like, oh, 28 better be there?
So whose twisted idea was it to put it very last then?
Well, I just wanted to give
You
her
know what? It's like dessert.
Actually, it started out as the
It is
first,
dessert. It is. Yeah.
And then when we turned everything around, that's how that happened.
All right, I have to. Who brews this?
We do.
The guys do. And Jan.
The three of us.
I'm not allowed in there, so.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry, the three of us. I apologize. Yeah.
All right.
Janimal is
My
our
favorite.
faithful.
I love,
You're like
love,
Tonto.
love your raspberry.
Oh, that's nice. You know,
Like-
it changes a little bit every year, doesn't
Well,
it? But
it
it's okay.
depends on the
raspberries.
Yeah, our strawberries does. Our strawberry does as well, but it's just like I crave this, and that's why I was like, hey, where do you want to go after work? I want to drive to Lincoln.
Well, we appreciate that. That's
So
great.
over these 15 years of SOB, how much have you guys raised?
It's 14
Over
years.
a $250,000.
Yeah, I want to say it's about we're about 170.
No, you're more than that.
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
you're closer to $250,000. And this year, we haven't done a final tally, but last year we were able to give $20,000 to a charity. What was last year's charity?
Downtown Springfield Inc.
Downtown Springfield Incorporated, yeah, because
This year
they're a
is-
non-for-profit too.
Right.
And what we're, this year is the
Art something or other.
It's the theater center.
Theater
Yep.
Center, yes. And I think that that's pretty amazing to give $20,000 to any group for just a 5-hour event.
Right.
One day, 5
5
hours.
hours,
That's it.
and you make $20,000.
This was a great year.
I
I mean,
gotta
the
say,
weather was
this
perfect.
was probably the best year yet.
that we've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the weather was perfect, the food, the crowd was great. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It was just all came together this year.
It was just it was a great year.
Was last year the rain? Or was
2
it
years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that
But
was.
that didn't kill it though.
No,
I
that
know.
Stood in the rain.
You know, last year was great too. I mean, no complaints over last year, but this year it just seemed more
Yeah.
relaxed.
yeah.
Yeah, the weather. Man, it was a great.
I mean, it's a 5-hour event, but
Not for
all the
you
work that
guys.
goes into
Well,
it
we
beforehand.
start in January.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys put a lot of time in it,
Yes.
into it
We
beforehand.
we start in
6,000
January.
oysters.
Yeah, we
And Karen's cooking them all up.
we just show up at 9 o'clock and then we're out at 5.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the hours and
I don't
days.
like oysters after that event. And I love oysters typically, but it was like afterwards, it's like, I don't want to see
Yeah.
another oyster until Christmas.
I kept bringing you beer though.
You know what?
You were
saved
awesome.
me. Because I was actually, I started
You
that
helped
day.
me, Troy.
I started that day kind of like a little.
I didn't see you. I knew where she was going to be.
I was crabby that morning, but then when you showed up with that raspberry, it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I was gonna say she was drinking the
Twinkle lights.
Mexican, right?
Yeah. They were,
Oh, Troy's the savior.
always.
Oh, sure.
Everybody loves Troy.
Hey, can you get that off his nose?
All that.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for taking your
Yes.
Monday evening and coming in
Oh,
and
you're
Absolutely.
just
Thank
chatting
you.
with us. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. There's so much more. We didn't even get into Vinegar Hill and all of that, which I would love to maybe even do a part 2 sometime.
That's
because-
our commercial money pit. We have a home money pit, and then we have a commercial money pit.
Everybody needs
So
one
we're
of those.
bleeding at both ends.
You know what I've learned out of all of this? Is I had to learn to say no.
Yeah, no shit.
It's only 2 letters. It's a very short word, and I have such a hard time saying it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks
Well,
for
you know what,
inviting
guys?
us,
We
everybody.
I just want to
Thank you.
say, again, you guys have done a great job, and I think you are the catalyst for downtown Lincoln.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And-
much.
Yeah, you're the catalyst.
Well, we sure hope you had as much fun as we did. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, The full episode will be released in the near future. And if you want to be involved with Sips in any way, feel free to reach out. But for now, we'll see you next time.